week today. Let's just run through it. Should be good to go. Mr. Stacks, April 24th, buddy. Would you like to
Oh,
start us off?
yo. Sure. I do have very bad internet, so I may cut it out, so I'll keep it brief. Okay, so we had the Education Weekly call at 4 p.m. PST today. Now we've got community updates. Tomorrow we have Bud Smart Money. If you guys are signed up for the Prop Firm Boot Camp, make sure you come for that because everyone really needs to be taking in all the lessons that he's doing in preparation for the um, boot camp. If you are signed up for that, make sure you come tomorrow for that, and you study all the previous lessons as well because it will really help. Following Bud Smart Money, we have Semantic AI. Um, so Wednesday we have Oh, this is wrong. Bad. I'm looking at the wrong one. That's why. Yeah, semantic training. Eli's crypto in Congress,
No, we have
which
ads,
is
leads, and online
yeah,
sales Wednesday.
which one I'm looking at, but it's wrong. Yeah, so we have
If you look at my
ads, leads,
screen,
and online sales. Here we go.
I got it up on my screen.
Ads, leads, and online sales. Then following that, we have the Chi discussion or Monk's work catch up. Thursday, we may have an AMA that's arranged by Postmaster for another Forex trading community. They want to come in and do an AMA. If we don't do that, then we might do another Bud's bootcamp lesson. I did reach out to him today. He did mention that maybe we might do one at the end of the week just to get everyone ready because the boot camp starts on the 1st, which is 6 days or 5 days from now. And then we have Crypto Corner on Thursday as well at 7 p.m. PST. I can move around those to make it work. Little community updates as well. Where are we? Poker this week. We had a fairly big game. There was 3 prizes given away. First place was taken down by he's not a monk. He wasn't a monk before, but his name's Morin. I'm not sure if I got that right, but so he won a Crypto Monk as first place prize. We had 27 entries for the game yesterday, so it's starting to creep up, which is cool. So we were going to play a poker collab game this Friday. They've informed us that their game is not happening Friday, so we're going to move that to next Friday instead. They do have a Wednesday one as well, but it clashes with our events, so we won't be doing that. We'll keep it for Friday because we don't have anything on Friday. I put out a list the other day, last week, regarding training topics. And I had a look at previous lists as well. And a common request was for financial modeling for startups. So if anyone wants to take that class, reach out to me and I'll get you locked in on the calendar. I'm going to drop the link for the document again. If anyone, I'll put it in the VC text chat. If anyone wants to have a look, yeah, and add what sort of sessions you guys want, what you don't want, and I'll do that. So this week, there's payments going out. So we'll and last week or the week before, we passed the proposal to add 2 more wallets, which were myself and Dizzy, onto the DAO wallet to make payments a bit more efficient and take off some inactive people from that DAO wallet. So yeah, that's going to be good. There'll be 5 active people instead of 3, which is good. Monk's store merch update. Monk's merch update. So things are moving. Last week I set up the accounts for the Shopify and the Printify. I'll be catching up with Pokey tomorrow to go over some of the stuff to get the merch designs sorted. And then, yeah, we're going to start uploading them to those websites. PJ shared the files, the Monk's website file today, so that's going to help. Yeah, so that should be rolling fairly soon. Yeah, so with the merch, there's not too many products that we're going to do initially. We're just going to sort of get something and then we can always add on. So it's going to be t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and mugs at this stage. But there are other things that we can do, pens and all of that stuff. So, yes. But just to start, we're just going to do a couple of little things. You guys. Also, last week I mentioned if anyone wants their NFTs painted, um, I can get it done. I need some
Oh,
test runs, so
I,
like it would be very cheap.
I for sure want mine done. I already said that.
Right, cool. Yeah, Love
Best
Slayer.
be
He
getting it.
has he's getting his one done. I'm gonna go sort that out this week. And yeah, I've dropped the link for that. So if you want any NFT paint, even if you want anything painted, I can basically get it done. So it doesn't have to be an NFT. It can be anything, and I'll give it to you for cost whatever it costs. So
Yeah, what are the
it's just
prices
for
looking
me
at like
to
right now? Did you get pricing for them?
yeah, so I did it in Australian dollars. So it was like for a 15-inch by 15-inch, it worked out to be $60, something like
Oh,
that.
that's not bad at all.
Yeah,
And
that's like
yeah, let me see what that
something
is.
like that. Yeah, I'm not 100%. Let me get back to you on the price because yeah. But
No
yeah,
worries.
that's pretty much all I have for community updates. If you guys want, yeah, there's two forms there if you guys want to have a look at them, and I'll pass the baton to I think Mr. Fire or Hydra.
Yeah, so I'll just go quick. So I think there are two things this week from my perspective. First one is wallets, industries, and doxing. So that's up for that should be going up for community vote. And secondly, we've got our incorporation stuff together. So I was going to take you guys through that proposal after we've gotten through this update. So that's pretty much me. The rest of it's up and updated on there. But I'll pass over to Mr. Fire now. Thanks.
All right. So we'll start with the Dow balance sheet for the week. So obviously we have not sent out any more funds, but we are sitting at 147.6 ETH, with ETH down just a little bit the last couple of days. That's $271,833. Got about 0.4 ETH in royalty, about 0.76 in the deployer wallet, so not too shabby there. We can move it on to the next slide.
Oh, hold on, it's going slow as shit. Yeah, there it is.
There you go. Should have got should have got a PC, not one of those Crappintoshes, man. What were you thinking?
Fuck off, dude. Yeah.
I'm just
I
playing.
still have this debate all the time.
I loved my Mac, but I'm on a PC now, so I get to talk smack the other direction now. So, all right. So yeah, I'm whatever the team of the week is, I'll root for them. So Yoko Tenkai faction. So as always, infinite wisdom with Yoko Tenkai faction. Success will be yours. So social media description and keywords, all that hard work that Miss Lynn has been doing to become just really skilled at helping select those and drive our traffic is definitely helping the views. So great appreciation there for all those efforts. The short from last week got 381 views, I believe. It might have more than that now, but that was a real nice bump to see. And we have a new video. So you'll see here, the new one is flipping support and resistance. I don't know if you can see me highlight it, but yes, flipping support and resistance. So please do hop on there after the call or on your phone on the side on mute, whatever. Just play it. Love if you listen to it as well. Like, subscribe, comment, all that nonsense. It really does help out the algorithm as we get the channel going, and really do greatly appreciate it. So you dropping that in the chat for us?
Yep.
I'll drop it in the chat.
Right now. I got it right now.
Okay.
I got it right here. I'll
Sweet.
put it in BC tech
Sweet.
shit.
You rock. Thank
Oh.
you. And then when you do, if you comment, I guess like that would be helpful. Usually what I do is I'll play it and then I'll just put on quiet and I'll go into our playlists, and then I'll on my phone, and then I'll just like have it play a couple more other Monkz videos and whatnot. So the business plan, as it's up there, it's shared, all that stuff. So if you want to make any suggestions, how we can improve, directions, we might go, stuff like that, feel free to check it out. Just based off of some feedback, some thoughts, some other things we're doing. I want to add some more updates to it over the next week or so. So look out for that. It's a working document, right? It's not like a static document. On Jira, so Jira is up and running. I think I don't know, I'd have to ask Hydra where we're at as far as onboarding people that are going to be doing the work day to day, i.e. the developers, as you would call them in Scrum, even if they're not programming or whatnot. But built out a lot of like 100 or 120 different tasks, laying out most of the project for the PSM1 course, and have been working through definitions of done and all the stuff we need to do to make really quality content. On that same side, after some discussions with PJ, some discussions with Kale, the real goal is to try to see where we could utilize OpenAI or other AIs to help streamline our processes without sacrificing on necessary definition of done requirements, like quality and things like that. So I was having a little bit of a struggle with scraping all the information, building kind of automated study guides based off of giving it source information. Could be a PDF, website, a blog, video script, and then trying to get it to condense that information into like a study guide. So Kale has been fantastic in helping to refine those prompts, and I have some follow-ups there. So if we can get that cleaned up and working better than my experience over the last week, then that will really accelerate our progress towards our goals. And I am very excited about what that could do to help us out. So we got that. Man hours, definitely. Look, there's so much to do on the education side, and if we can follow through and execute on this business plan, it's all upside financially and otherwise for Monkz. So reach out, let me know. It doesn't have to be skilled work. There's a few folks on here that they're helping where they can, providing assistance, whether it's sort of consulting or advice or day to day. All the work Dizzy and Sir Crypto has been helping out and advising, how to better drive traffic to our YouTube channels and things like that. So I appreciate everything everybody's doing. But if you do have some time, you want to help out some more, see what you can do, just reach out to me. Other than that, Yoko Tenkai is the best faction. And when you're ready, just let me know, and we'll make sure to change all your monks over. So just shoot me your monks numbers.
Strong,
We'll make it happen. So
strong words, my friend. Strong words.
you notice
Like,
that nobody else has like a dedicated slide. So everybody else is slipping. So just come on over here, see what it's like on.
The first slide is all Ferrari, just putting it out there, right?
Yeah, I was say, come on, give me a break, man. I could put my logo on that and be like, oh yeah, fucking come on. But,
I don't see any skull and crossbones. I don't see anything up here, but
I
a
don't see
Yoko
no
Tenkai,
pirates. Pirates are out fighting each other right now. It's all good. It is
That is
all
big.
good.
Yep.
All right. So shall we Hydra, we got a proposal we need to run through.
Yeah, let's do it,
Mind.
man. Have you got the docker, or do you want me to share? What's easiest?
Let me I had it open. Let me see if I have it. Give me one
What
second.
apples?
Okay, it's Marshall Islands. Yeah, give me 1 sec.
Too easy.
And I do have to get running here pretty soon.
So do I.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Oh yeah, here. Will you share this one? Because I actually have to
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
share this. It's no worries.
You want to share it? Okay.
Does
Yep.
you go first, and then I'll share it away. Yep.
All right, you
so
should have it now, Diz.
What? This is the pirates. They're hijacking the bloody community update.
That's what they do. Fucking Dizzy came in, fucking stabbed in the back. Fuckers.
Okay. Were you dizzy? Oh, here he is.
What-
Mic
He's
drop.
popped back. I don't see him.
Yeah, he's back online.
How do I not see him? Okay, so new rule: get dizzy, new computer.
Apple? No.
You can have my old Apple. I'll get a new Apple.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Let me switch over.
Nice.
It's all right. Fuck yeah.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Dizzy admitted to us that he votes with more than one wallet sometimes. Last week. Duh.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah. Whoever it is.
Yeah.
Woo. No.
Okay,
well,
Warm
sir.
up on Etherscan. Let's see.
See what else they hold. It's
Yeah.
just a massive collection of crypto dick butts and just one monk.
Yeah. All right. Should we do some incorporation? I'll try and not make this too quiet
Please.
for you guys. Okay,
Yes.
cool. So as you guys know, we are currently an unincorporated organization, right? I think we're all pretty aware of what our history is. We're all pretty aware of what we're looking to do going forward. But there's some notes about those in the channel here, in the document here. So I think from an incorporation perspective, we're proposing an incorporation in the Marshall Islands as a not-for-profit DAO. There's a whole stack of information in this document that goes through the benefits, what it looks like against other structures, and we'll get to that. But I think purely the Marshall Islands is kind of a sovereign state of its own accord. Sits in the middle of the Pacific Islands. It used to be part of the US. It's now sovereign. Their laws are based on the laws of the state of Delaware, which is very handy because that means that legal people like Eli can pretty much help when providing advice, and it's 90% sound. So it's also a tax haven. You know, the government is receptive to receiving crypto entities, and there's quite a good setup there. So overall, a good picture for us. Incorporation is important, right? Because we are unincorporated. We can't do things like properly contract with third parties for services. We can't appropriately custody our assets. And most importantly, everyone here is exposed to legal and regulatory risk in the event that someone like Gary Gensler or whoever the hell just comes chasing for money or anything like that, right? So we want to protect we're doing this to protect the assets of DAO. We're also doing it to protect everyone here and their anonymity should they wish to be anonymous. What I've done is I've put this table together, and it's got quite a lot of stuff in it, but it's really compares basically where we are and in current unincorporated entity with 3 different jurisdictions. So Wyoming, USA, Cayman Islands, and Marshall Islands. I think I'm just going to go into the key call out first. So obviously you guys know that the US at the moment has a really oppressive regulatory jurisdiction. And I think also DAO LLCs have a really oppressive tax regime for non-US citizens in that there is a 30% withholding tax on any income that the DAO receives and is attributable to those members. So it's not an ideal structure in my mind for the DAO. Cayman Islands is great, probably world leading, but it's expensive to set up and to maintain, and we'll get to some of those prices in a sec. And Marshall Islands is reasonably priced, And like Cayman Islands, we can have anonymous members, and we can have quite a decent structure without too much fuss. I think if you look, so assuming that we're going to exclude our current structure in Wyoming, let's just look at Cayman Islands, which we've kind of done previously with Marshall Islands. So no income tax, no capital gains tax, no foreign national taxes, and no and limited liability within these DAOs, which is good. AML, pretty much the same for both. You need to do some screening at setup, and we'll get to what that means in a sec. We don't need to have any officers, unlike the Cayman Islands, where we need to hire a secretary and a supervisor. We don't need a local director, whereas in the Cayman Islands, if you want to be anonymous, you need to hire a local director. And that local director costs $25,000 per annum, which is a substantial amount of money. I think from a cost to incorporate perspective, Marshall Islands is $9,500 up front, with all of our legal docs pretty much largely done, with some free legal advice as well thrown in, plus $5,000 on an ongoing basis. Cayman Islands is $3,500 to set up, plus legal costs, which are in the region of $20 to $30K, plus $25,000 per annum per director. So you're already seeing like Marshall Islands is a lot cheaper. So that's why I'm recommending it. We'll get into some details now about Marshall Islands, but before I go through, are there any immediate questions? Okay. So how it works. So in 2022, the Marshall Islands basically legislated a DAO Act that gives limited liability. It supports like a blockchain centric organization. You can have a certain amount of anonymity, and you can actually govern by smart contracts. So it's a tick for pretty much everything in crypto. There are two types of entities. Both are considered domestic entities. There's not-for-profit, and there's for-profit DAOs, which are subject to a 3% gross revenue tax. We are going for the not-for-profit DAO structure, but doesn't mean we can't get money out of it. It's just it actually makes more sense in terms of what we're doing here. So just to be clear, there is no requirement for Marshall Islands DAOs to have board members, directors, officers, anything like that, to hire local independent directors or law firms, or get local bank accounts, to keep a registry of everyone on record, to keep written records of governance, to submit filings, to pay taxes, to meet minimum requirements. There's none of that. Whereas in a lot of other jurisdictions that we've looked at through incorporation, there are kind of a ascending level of complex requirements that we have to meet. So this really speaks to me. Obviously, relationship with the United States is a key concern for a lot of people here. I know Eli has been very concerned about this in the context of incorporation. So RMI is sovereign and not under US jurisdiction. It does use Delaware laws, and it will look to statute or I guess existing cases in Delaware for, I guess, to kind of help things along, but it is definitely separate. There's no regulation on digital assets in the Marshall Islands, which is also good for us, but the government plans to introduce some regulation over time on a consultative basis. Now, the company that we're working with is called MIDAO, and they actually sit with the government, so it's kind of good position for us to be in, especially when the government's looking to put in regulations. From a compliance perspective, so any members of the DAO with greater than 25% of governance rights need to KYC. Not an issue for us. The government does monitor on-chain activity against AML and counterterrorism financing stuff, but I don't think any of us are particularly dodgy, and we're definitely not looking to engage in dodgy things. And the Marshall Islands is not on any blacklists like other countries like Seychelles and Panama and stuff, where a lot of the DAOs have also been set up. In terms of KYC, a minimum of one member of the DAO must complete KYC. The best thing is that it's based, the KYC is performed by a European vendor Synapse, so that information is just collected for the purposes of satisfying the government. It is not retained on a US server. It is not retained in the Marshall Islands. It is just retained and accessible to only the person who provided that information, being yourself. on that European server. So that's kind of really good in terms of the ongoing security of the data. There is an annual reporting requirement, but it's really to just share any updated DAO agreements, so like our bylaws, plus having any beneficial members over that 25% threshold perform KYC. MIDAO is basically the only incorporation agent for this. They're actually they're actually associated with Bankless DAO, who you guys should all probably be aware of. A lot of their legal and kind of strategy people have gone over there to basically set up a partnership with the government over there. It's a government and private partnership, this entity. And I think really how it works is you kind of go to these people, they go, okay, yep, we're happy to help you set up your DAO, which is the stage that we're at. You get an engagement letter. The DAO needs to sign that. Then there is an ongoing communication which occurs via Telegram so that it is private and not the purview of the US government. Payment is done via USDC to their wallet. The MIDAO people then provide us with an operating agreement and a certificate of formation. So these are kind of like your bylaws. So these are like, think about it as like the Ascension Constitution plus all of the stuff that we voted on here. So, you know, we voted for wallet signatories, we voted for, you know, a treasury policy, we've done that stuff. Well, that just all gets formalized into the entity. You then complete the KYC. So it's one member that needs to do that. You obtain a foreign investment business license, which is just a government form that needs to be done. And then you submit the application. It takes 30 to 60 days to turn around and you got your DAO. From a cost perspective, as I said, 9,500 upfront, 5,000 annual fee. Legal costs are incremental. However, you know, we have Eli. He is a registered US attorney and is under his kind of agreement with the DAO will provide those legal services to us. There is also a local Marshall Islands registered lawyer who acts like a genie and provides the answers to 3 legal questions that we have. So basically, from our perspective, it's let's go through this proposal, let's get everyone's feedback and questions, and then Eli will take the most pertinent 3 questions to that legal advisor to get us through. But this is essentially the recommendation around incorporation. So I guess over to you guys for any questions. I know that was a lot of information.
Love it. Thank you. It's fantastic. All the hard work you put into this. It really helps clarify it for me and why we might choose Marshall Islands. And yeah, so thank you. No specific question, but I just want to say that.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
For what it's worth, I think from a financial perspective, things might be a little bit better than Metal suggested. I think or no, I'm not even going to put it on you, but during our conversation with MIDAO, they mentioned that they're willing to provide a discount of sorts on the fees. So if we pay the $9,500 plus $5,000 altogether upfront, then we're covered through 2024. So we basically save a couple of $1,000s by paying, you know, because I think it's $9,500 to set it up plus $5,000 a year, if I recall correctly. And I think if you pay all of that up front, then they'll essentially allow you the year will extend through the end of 2024.
Yeah, that's quite good. That's a good point.
So it's just it's just a little bit like less expensive than it might otherwise be if we pay up front.
100%. No, thanks.
What's the alternative as far as payments? Like, is this $5,000 like a monthly installment typically, or is it due like all at once during a particular point in the year? How does that usually work? Or what are the options around that?
Yeah, it's upfront on the anniversary date was what I got from their documentation.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, no, I think Eli, we had a pretty good discussion with them, and like obviously, very smart people who've set this up, and they're very well connected. They're sitting with the government. They're helping to write, or they actually wrote the initial DAO legislation and regulation, and they are helping to now write the broader digital asset regulation for that country. So we're kind of in, I guess, probably the best hands that we could be. I think, jurisdictions like Cayman Islands, British Virgins are already very established with quite, inflexible regulatory frameworks around this. So it's kind of good that we're kind of in good stead with these guys as well. So, yeah, look, what I'm going to do, guys, is I know this one's a little bit heavy, so I'm actually going to put a copy of it into the proposals discussion. I'm going to put it in there for a period of 2 business days, just to see if there's any community feedback. So Stags, yeah, I'll sync up with you after this, and we'll just get a quick announcement out about that. In tandem, we'll in the keepers chat also have this up for a couple of days for comments and review and general discussion. Then we'll come back and I'll just provide a little update to see where we're at in the document, and then we'll push it out for keepers vote if there's nothing that's materially crazy on it. Okay. So in terms of what happens after that, so if we pass a keepers vote on this, I'm going to just run it slightly differently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that and get an engagement letter from MIDAO so that we can get a final costing. So further to what Eli said, just making sure that we've got the 2 options if we and what the cost would look like for like a 2-year incorporation period, so that we've got that. And then I will update the proposal and flick it out for a community vote at that stage with the final costing, so that whatever hits our wallet aligns exactly to what's on the proposal. Does that sound fair?
Yes,
Entirely.
sir.
Awesome sauce. Well, that's me, guys. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
We will probably wrap it up there and let the Aussie boys go play their 2-up. And yeah, thanks everyone for coming. We'll have the announcement up with that proposal very shortly. So hope everyone has a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow we have 2 events: Bud's Smart Money. Bud's Forex Bootcamp, Prop Firm Bootcamp. Yeah, if you are signed up for that, make sure you tune in. And then following that, we have Semantic AI, and we'll be going over that product that Kale has been working on. Thanks everyone for coming. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.